Hello everybody, it is the Doctor here, and today we're doing Series 1 of the Planet sets. I figured since they were pretty small sets and they were all very similar, I would go ahead and do them all in one review. They are in order from smallest to largest, going from left to right. This has 56 pieces, 65 pieces, 80 pieces. This is Naboo, you get a Naboo pilot. This is the Death Star, you get a TIE fighter pilot. And Tatooine, you get Sebulba and his pod racer. A lot of cool ships. We get the Naboo Starfighter, the TIE Interceptor, and Sebulba's pod racer from Tatooine. And located on the back of the box, it kind of shows that all of these sets are in Series 1, which means there will probably be plenty more series to come. And each set comes with a planet model, which is this round piece here. And you can hook up the planet to a piece of string and kind of dangle around your room. Kind of have the planets orbiting your room somehow. Has some pretty unique figures. Figures that aren't exactly easy to find all the time. They're not really rare figures, but they are figures that are nice. The models look really detailed. So let's go ahead and crack all of these open, kind of see what we get, and then we'll move on from there. Here's the first figure we're going to look at. It is Sebulba. He drives the orange race pods. Very cool figure. Very nicely done. Revamped figure. The previous figure looked pretty bad. Very basic. Single mold piece. This one is actually made from two different arms. It also swivels here pretty nicely. And he also has this hand or foot area where he can grab onto things. It's a pretty cool fig. The only other way you can get this one at the moment is by the $90 pod race set. So this is a pretty cheap alternative to that $80 or $90 pod racing set if you are looking for a Sebulba. Next we have the Naboo pilot. He's wearing the red suit, one-sided printing. Comes with the aviator cap and goggles and a regular blaster pistol. Pretty basic face, no double-sided face, just a plain Naboo pilot figure. And lastly, with the Death Star set, we get the Death Star TIE Fighter pilot. Very cool looking figure. Only one-sided printing on the torso and a blaster. Really like the details on the helmet with the small symbols. And of course, since it is a 2012 set, he does come with the printed face. So nice little detail on him. So let's go ahead and check out the main parts of the set, and I'll tell you what I think about it. These are the models all together. As you can see, you have a nice little spot to place your minifigures and your nice builds here. The models of these ships look excellent, and also you get this extra little planet piece for each planet. This is Naboo, Tatooine, and the Death Star. So let's go ahead and get a little closer look at each one. Here is your Naboo Starfighter. It's called the Royal N1 Starfighter. Very detailed looking model. Of course, it also comes on this nice little peg on which you can hold your model, but then you can easily take it off, swoosh it around when you're not doing anything, and easily place it back on for the model to sit back on. Going down further, you see that there's a nice place for the figure to sit. Very easily spaced so that you can sit it there without any interference from the actual model. And also, which is really awesome, you get this tiny little plate. No stickers here. It is printed on. Very nicely detailed plate. Lego Star Wars. It says pretty much everything about this little model. You get the Starfighter. It is a Naboo pilot. And of course the planet that you get is Naboo. Very nice little collectible model. Moving on to the actual planet itself. Very nice molded piece. Down here you have this single piece to kind of hold it steady, and also it comes with a piece up here in case you want to string it up and hang it around. It simply opens by giving it a little squeeze, closes pretty simply as well, just snaps together. Looks really awesome. Very nice pieces. Of course, if you ever want to just pack all this stuff back up, you can easily just throw all your pieces in here, take it to a friend's house, whatever you like. So I like this feature, especially for the younger kids that may want to hold a few pieces and their figures. This will get the job done. Very nicely detailed Naboo planet. Here we have Sebulba's Pod Racer. Very nicely detailed Pod Racer. These sets are actually quite large considering they are mini models. It has this little clear effect so that it looks like he is floating, because the Pod Racers normally just have strings or some sort of rope and they float on the back here. Single pod. Very nicely detailed piece. This one just sits right here pretty easily. And then you have your Sebulba sitting here, and also the same nameplate saying Sebulba's Pod Racer. You get Sebulba, and it is from Tatooine. And here's the Tatooine piece. Of course, you can see it's kind of a little bit more brown than the previous one. It's a very deserty place. Very nice printing on this one as well. All these planets look excellent. So let's go ahead and move on to the actual Death Star. So this is probably my favorite model out of all of them. I think it looks very excellent. Very nicely done. Of course, this piece right here, if you could see, the actual cockpit piece is a printed piece. So very nice detail on that one. Really love this ship. Really like how it looks. Your TIE Fighter pilot sits right there. And it says TIE Interceptor TIE Fighter Pilot. And also the Death Star. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Death Star as well. And here's the Death Star. The only difference between the other two planets is that it has this dimple right here for the super huge mega death ray that the Death Star has. Opens and closes just as easy as all the other ones. Very nicely done on this one as well. So let's just go over to what I think of these sets. I'm going to go ahead and say right off the bat, all of these are definite build-its. Now you may be wondering why they are build-its. Each one is $10. They may not have the exact price per piece ratio that you would like, but if you factor in these really cool printed pieces here, they are excellent collector models. I think any AFOL and fan of Star Wars will definitely love these sets. They are really easy to sit upon a desk, maybe at work, and very nice detailed cases. If you ever get just a plain mini model from Star Wars, normally they're around $5 and all you get is the model. But if you count the fact that you get a model, the nameplate, the actual figure, and the planet, $10 is not a bad deal considering most of the mini models are $5 anyways. I really like this new series that the Lego Star Wars is doing. These planet series are pretty cool. And of course you can sometimes get a few hard to find minifigures. Case in point, Sebulba. He is only in a $90 set at the moment. And if you do not want to purchase a $90 set, you can easily get him in this $10 set. Very nice models. I like the fact you can just easily take them off, swoosh them around, and easily place them back on. Really nice minifigures as well. The planet models are definitely cool because kids can easily put their pieces into the planet, carry it around without worry that you will lose pieces. So I think kids and adults will definitely like these. I definitely like all these. Interceptor is my favorite by far. Pod Racer is my second favorite. And the Naboo Starfighter is my least favorite. But I definitely recommend picking up all of these. Has a very high collectible factor to it, to me. So this has just been a real quick review of all three of the Series 1 planet sets from Star Wars. And this is the Doctor signing out.